If you're struggling to get G&B rankings for your local business, see these 3 SEO hacks today on how to get better rankings. The first SEO hack that I want to go over today is importance of a primary category. There's different primary categories depending on your service area business. This one here, we're going to focus on strictly restoration companies. I have a client here called the Restorators, and they provide different restoration services throughout downtown Toronto and neighboring areas as well. Firstly, though, they want to be known for their water damage / flood damage control services. So the first thing is that we really want to make sure that Google knows the primary category to identify this business under. So when you're searching for a term like Restoration Toronto, those are obviously 2 very important keywords, or one set of keywords that we really want to make sure is a prominent spot across the website, but also ranking for this G&B profile. So water damage restoration services is the primary keyword on this G&B. As you can see, it'll be listed right here below, water damage restoration service in Toronto. So that right there, it's classified as for the primary category. It is very important that we have that. Now we have a few businesses here. This one here is a floor refinishing service. If we have a look at their website here, we could just take a look. Do they, prioritize floors? It seems like they do. Hardwood floor restoration specialist. And then if you hover over also this tab, you can see floor restoration experts in Toronto. So that one we're going to ignore for now. But going into the other ones, you see water damage across the board. It is arguably the most important one out of the different restoration, I guess you can call them niches. And if let's say you're not ranking number 1, you're ranking 2, 3, 4, or 5, it's best to do a comparison to see what are people actually listing as the primary category. So making sure that your primary category set is hack number 1. Second hack we're going to get into is mentioning the services as well as geographic locations that your client or you service in your services. I know I'm saying services a bunch, but edit services, you want to make sure that you have geographic locations as well as the keyword listed in here. You can take a look here and just see. So we have a couple down here that were just populated by Google. Google likes to kind of provide a series of different services that should be mentioned, even though they already are on there. So I'm going to go ahead and optimize those afterwards. But you can see here, so emergency flood services near Toronto, Mississauga, Etobicoke, all these little neighboring cities and towns that they do service. We want to make sure that those are listed in a non-spammy way. So just make sure you're not flooding it with, 10, 15 different towns with all these different services. Make sure that they're very properly written out. We can go into one of these here, just, 100 to 250 characters is fine. Just making sure that you have it mentioned in there properly. The emergency flood services in there actually get bonus points too if you kind of naturally mention the business name as well as the geographic location that you're specifically trying to target as well. So the third hack, and arguably the most important one for ranking your business locally in a specific town or city, is having that city / towns actually mentioned in your G&B profile name. So the company being the Restorators is the name of the company. Having that -Toronto may not seem like a lot, but it really is. Reason being is their primary keyword, or one of them at least, being Restoration Toronto. So anyone in downtown Toronto looking for restoration services, searching for Restoration Toronto, those 2 words there show up in the G&B name. They take up the majority of the G&B name actually. So that's why we have a very big competitive advantage that way for ranking that high, is because that we have restoration, well, not actually the word restoration, but close enough of being Restorators in Toronto right in the G&B name. So anyways, those are the 3 main hacks for your G&B profile and how to rank them higher. Again, going over them, making sure that the name has the location that you're primarily focusing on, making sure that the services have not only the service name, but also the location in there, and obviously primary category is set up properly. So those are my hacks. Thanks.